Welcome to the Committee of the Whole meeting for July 15th, 2025. All council members are here, the mayor, Jennifer, and Patty, thank you. Our first agenda item is the approval of the minutes of the Committee of the Whole. I will take a motion and a second.
I move to approve the minutes of Committee of the Whole, June 17th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Seeing there is none, the minutes are approved. Thank you, Council. Okay, our first discussion is our wonderful Hal Luke, who is going to be discussing Murray Senior Recreation Center. Oh, you sweetheart, you. Oh, goodness. You crack me up.
Do you want to share? We're a whole round package.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna get it in the right.
What? I think that's my screenshot, but why am I not getting?
Go to into your, maybe it closed while you're
I
talking.
wonder if it's this one, Hal.
That one's on the side, or maybe not, huh? PC laptops are so,
I know.
IT person.
they just gotta do things a little
I have an
bit.
IT person in
Here he comes.
There it goes.
Got it?
You got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
here.
Oh, I don't wanna
I
wait.
don't wanna wait.
I
don't know where technology chat.
There we go.
You just have to hold up the whole presentation.
There's some more cords.
Is it not working?
It's coming.
It's
coming.
coming.
Have patience.
I don't have patience. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Confidence for patience.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me to share some of the life at the Murray's Active Aging Center, also known as the Murray Senior Recreation Center. And thank you for your support of the center. Oh, come on. Oh, man.
There you go.
Okay, thank you, all right.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, that was the quickest presentation you've ever made.
One of these days I'll get this technology figured out.
It'll all change.
Yeah, then it'll all change. Come on.
I've never had it figured out. Too old.
Okay, we'll try again. Right, okay. So anyway, try again. Why is that going on? Goes right to the end. Oh, well.
Here
Get some good
Here he
pictures.
Here he comes.
Okay, let's take
Steal mine instead.
Okay. Started to the full screen. Is this counting against my minutes?
It'll take the mayor's time.
Counts again, so
I'm with him.
We're gonna reduce the mayor's
I'm
time.
with him.
These reports are just getting shorter and shorter, so
So you just stay there all
take your
day.
time.
Sounds better than Hal.
Okay, so with it.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, don't move.
There you go.
Well, it goes to it goes right to my last one instead of my,
Okay, so I think you're hitting end.
Thank you for yours.
oh, is that the end instead of page down? Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
So you just,
Operator error,
just hit the.
okay.
It happens.
Operator error.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Vince.
Anyway, on July 4th, we had a entry in the parade as we did last year. And this year we were entry 17. I don't know what we were last year, but that's okay. We used the bus as our float, but we had some simpler decorations than from last year. So on the 3rd, we got together and we put little stickers on the windows with stars and all sorts of stars on the windows. And then we also had Corey had some American flags that he kind of put around for us. And that was good. So then on the 4th, we some of us met at the Senior Center about 7 o'clock, and Corey drove us to the starting place by Fashion Place Mall. We had a few other seniors that joined us at the mall, and then the parade started about 8:30. That's not the start of the parade though, but that's the next slide. But we had quite a few people there. We had 9 seniors who rode in the bus and 12 who walked beside the bus. Now, beside meaning sometimes we were a little bit ahead, sometimes we were a little bit behind.
That's besides the point.
That's true. If we were too much ahead, then the horn wiped us out, so, you know.
Yes, the horn was loud.
Yeah. But since how we didn't have any candy, most people noticed the Draper Minecraft float that was behind us.
They had candy.
So
They had candy.
they had candy, but it was mainly Minecraft. The
Oh.
little kids just,
Sure.
oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And so, you know, they looked past us, but we still had quite a few people that cheered us on as we went by, so that was good. That was
Who
good.
did those shirts? They're darling. Oh my goodness.
Corey,
Corey, who did those shirts?
The shirts?
the
Yeah,
shirt.
we got them at Creative Graphics.
The t-shirts. They were so cute.
So that was good. So we had a lot of good time with those old folks. Okay, so that's the parade. Now we'll just change the subject a little bit. Just in case you didn't know or missed it, the Murray Senior Rec Center was in the news. Caitlin, Keith, and Deseret News had an article on the 22nd that talk about friendship, colorful paints, and giving to others. Why Americans seniors are so happy. And of course, the whole article was more kind of to talk about Utah seniors and stuff, but because she was at the senior center with the ceramics group is what made it nice for the center here. She highlighted a couple of people, one of them being 94-year-old Joanne, who's been there a long time, and she's really enjoyed doing service. She's made all sorts of pottery for 30 years or something like that. So a great time. And then the oldest one though is Pauline, and she says she really likes being there. One of the mentions that Caitlin did is, we say the group of women participating in the center's ceramics class is a great example of older folks avoiding social isolation and finding community support. And another one that I think fits very good. Each of the women talked about how coming to groups such as the ceramics class helps them stay happy, as they'll be able to be with friends, socialize, and get out of the house. Good, so like you say, we now have a couple examples. We've had the parade to kind of show the center, and articles like this I think help show the center. So I thank you for supporting the center and showing and keeping us out there. So we'll try and keep a good thing for you. And I'm going to try and work better on my technology here. So.
How can I add one thing? Ma'am, may I make a
Oh,
comment?
you come up, please. Thank you.
It's
Corey.
even gotten bigger than that. We had another article, we've had 3 articles in the news.
I'm going to take it action next time.
I actually need to tell them now, because it's gonna happen quick.
Okay.
I love
We had an article put in last week on line dancing in the Deseret News. Well, last week Kelly Clarkson called me, the Kelly Clarkson, and said, "You got line dancing there?" I go, "This isn't Kelly Clarkson." She goes, "Yeah, it is." And I'm gonna have you talk to my producer. They're next week, we're going to do a 2-minute video of our group of 30 women, 82-year-old instructor, doing line dancing, and then we're gonna send it to Kelly, and then they're gonna put a little blurb on a show. And if they like what they see, they're gonna send a crew out
Oh,
to do it. So I've kind of had to keep it hush-hush because there's no guarantee that we'll get to that point. But I want you to know that I did talk to her. I questioned her, this can't be her. I mean, you know, no. And it was her, and so we have this little thing we're gonna do for a 2-minute video next Tuesday. We're gonna film on our phone, we have to do it off a phone, and we'll send her the blurb. They'll look at it, and if they get excited, they'll send a remote team out and do a big thing on it.
oh my
So-
gosh.
And it's all because of the article on line dancing, it was in the Desert News 2 weeks ago. And I will send you all on the council and the mayor office the link to that article, but I wanted to tell you that because it's gonna happen really quick. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Woo-hoo.
How, I was gonna tell you, once a week I go pick up my mom, so she spends the day with me.
Okay.
So I decided I was gonna sign her up for an arts class.
Good.
She went over there last Wednesday and came back and she goes, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. The people are so kind, they're so nice, they made me feel right at home, and so she's excited to go to class tomorrow.
Good.
So thank you for what you're
Good.
doing.
No problem. And one thing about the art class is during the summer, it's taught by sort of a professional, isn't he? A retired teacher. And so he takes the summer off. So, but during the year, he actually teaches them art.
Yeah.
Goes over the brush strokes and the colors and the whole bit. So during the summer, it's more kind of a free-for-all. You kind of come in and
Yeah, she didn't say anything about art. She said about all the women she met and talked. I think she talked for 3 hours. But she loved it. She was happy.
Oh.
So thank
thank
you.
you, thank you.
Thank
Well,
you,
thanks
Ted.
Corey, and thank you to the council for keeping this place going.
Thank you. Okay, our next discussion is Wasatch Front Waste and Recycling District, 10 minutes, Pam Roberts, and
James
Oh.
Kelsey.
welcome.
I just have the paper
Okay.
ready.
Okay,
I
Ken, if
just
you wanted
could-
to put it out there or not, we have it on USB if you do, it's up to you. They all have your presentation, so however you wanna do it.
James will pull it up.
I want to do a quick preface. Pam, this is kind of Pam's swan song. Because she's retiring in September. So we're gonna miss her. We're gonna really miss you, Pam.
Really?
Miss you all too.
How many years?
Well, 18 division
Right.
to Wasatch, 13 with the district, actually. Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure.
Is someone taking?
We're in the process right now,
Doing,
so
wow.
they're gonna do first interviews on Friday and Monday, and then the finalists will go before the board.
Yep, so
It's a board
in
appointment.
the process of replacing
Wow.
Pam, which can never happen, but we're all in denial. I mean, I'm serious. It's gonna be rough having you leave. But anyway, so thank you for being here. I really
appreciate
appreciate it.
I have total faith in my team, and whoever's at the helm, there'll be a lot of success. Yeah, for sure.
So you say.
So I have James Kelsey with me here, and I know we have limited time, so I'm just gonna give you a briefing about the fee increase, what we're trying to do to cut costs, and then I'm gonna turn over to James, because I know last time I was here, we really ran into issues with time, and he had a lot of questions about recycling and sustainability. So I think you all are aware we raised rates, if we go to there we go. In January, starting in January, we do a quarterly billing. So right now, the second quarter billing is hitting the residents for July. And this is why I wanted to come out and visit with you as council and make sure we get the word out that we recognize that it was a large fee increase, it was 33%. But I also want to make sure that everyone understands we've had experience of 40% increase in costs over the years. And I think we all understand that the crazy inflation that we all went through and tried to manage as a city and as a district. And so we did have to implement a $6.50 per home per month fee increase starting January. So we moved from $19.50 to $26 a month and then $78 a quarter. So that's what happens is that quarterly bill comes and sometimes people look at that and think it's monthly. And so, and that's
That's
part
what
of,
happened to us.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
yeah, no, it's quarterly. What we are doing for 2026 is looking at, the board gave us permission to look at launching monthly billing while we're trying to reduce those cost increases, and mainly it's related to printing and mailing. So we're trying to get residents to move to e-billing to help reduce those costs. And then we'll review other cost saving measures with the board as we go. But just to understand that, I know that this is a little bit death by PowerPoint, but I wanted to make sure I put all the information in here and illustrated all of the services that those fees cover. So it's not just the weekly garbage and recycling collections, it's the seasonal container reservation, and I'll get into that. Can repair and replacement. We have cans out there that are still like 40 years old and they're breaking down and leaking, so we need to replace those. Even the newer ones are breaking because of the wear and tear. We have central glass, central leaf bag, curbside Christmas tree, education and outreach, which James does a lot of, trailer rental at a reduced rate, and landfill vouchers that are, we flip the bill for those. And then one of the things I want to make sure everyone understands, what we do that some of the private haulers do not do is that we have in-house customer service. So if somebody calls up with an issue, they're going to get a live person right there in Midvale in our office, get a service order placed, and we try to make things happen quickly. I think my team does a great job. One of the other reasons why we needed to do a significant fee increase was that we waited 5 years from 2018 to about 2023. Normally our fee increases had been 3 to 4 years. And so we now know it was too long to wait, and we didn't raise it enough in 2023 with only $250. Hindsight, and I apologize that we fell short. So what are we doing to try to make sure that we're reducing costs? Financial stewardship is one of our big goals and performance measures. We made some changes with the leaf bag program, where we're using the containers on a very limited basis. We have residents that will put the bags on the ground, which we're fine with. It actually is a little more cost effective and it reduces workers' comp because we can use a skidster rather than manual labor to load those into the rear loader. So that does save us on replacement costs, saving $136,000 this year, and then estimated $7,000 going forward. We have what we call go backs. So what does that mean? If we miss a can or a street, we verify that through our customer service. We have dash cams that are on all of our trucks, so they'll look at the camera footage. If we did miss a can, we will go back and get it on our go back day, which for Murray it's Fridays. If we did not miss it, we did a test run and we found that 46% of the people calling, or the claims that we missed them were false. So either they put their can out too late or not at all, and they call and want us to go back. Well, there's a cost to that. At $25 a mile, we want to reduce that. Yeah, that's fuel, labor, maintenance, everything all inclusive, tipping fees, etc.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so garbage is an expensive business. I learned that 18 years ago when I was shocked to see, and now garbage trucks are, $450K each. And I'll get into some other measures that we did with purchasing diesel trucks here in just a minute. But anyway, on the go backs, we have saved so far by verifying if we truly missed and we don't go back to do that. We have saved over $47,000, and our goal is to save $150K this year, and we'll continue to do that ongoing. I mentioned the trucks, so a CNG truck, garbage truck, is about $450K each. Our board looked at the differences between CNG and diesel with costs, so this is a strictly financial decision. We have 4 diesels that'll be coming in slowly. It's taken us a year and a half to get these in. We wanted to test diesel to see if they truly are as clean or close to CNG. So we'll test those out this year. But our board wanted to make sure we saved $400,000 in purchase costs by purchasing diesel versus CNG. And the other thing to note on diesel trucks is they will fetch a higher dollar amount when we go to resell those. right now we have trucks that are sitting and we can't sell them. So we're hoping that the markets will improve for selling those CNG trucks as well. So that saved $400,000, as I mentioned. We made some personnel adjustments. We did go through our very first and hopefully last reduction in force and reduced 3 positions. And then the fourth one was we had a supervisor that retired, so we're not going to replace that position. That'll save $120K ongoing. Just quickly, the scrap program. I think you all understand. It's been now 6 years that we've been doing the seasonal container reservation versus the on the street delivery, and you can see by the pictures of the then and now. And so it wasn't just the CDL driver shortage, it was the piles in the street that happened and the scavenging that we just couldn't control. We did the best we could, but to have enough staff to clean up those big piles, it takes about 20 drivers to do that. We're lucky to recruit 10 for the seasonal container reservation program. So that, and I'll show you the cost differences in the next board meeting of if we tried to put it back on the street, it's double the cost basically. So it'd be close to $3 million a year. So anyway, for this year, we were able to deliver and meet 209 requests out of the 330, and we picked up 215 tons. Last year was a little more containers, and I think we probably, when we were in this area, we may have had more drivers. It really does depend on if we can get 10, can we get 9? Right now we have 9, I believe. So so next year we'll start in Cotwood Heights and rotate clockwise. We started here in Murray this year. So if there's no questions for me, I'll turn it over to James because I want to make sure I leave him enough time.
I do have one question about
Yes.
the go backs. So,
Yeah.
So when you're kind of pulling that apart as far as why it's a go back, you know, whether it's actual true go back, do you ever find that? I'm wondering if maybe more standard times for pickup would maybe eliminate some of those, because I've noticed in my neighborhood, sometimes green garbage can picks up at 7 a.m., sometimes at 2 p.m. And then the brown can, sometimes he's there at 6 a.m. and then sometimes at 2 p.m. So a little easier for people to plan if they kind of know when that guy's going to be coming around. I mean, is that something you guys are working on? Because I understand drivers, you know, you have to switch drivers around. They have different schedules, different routes, everything like that. But is it something you guys have kind of thought about, or?
To be honest, we think about it, but to make it happen would be really challenging. So we tell people, make sure you get your can out by 7 a.m.
Okay.
on collection day. Most people put it out the night before, but
Right.
sometimes they forget or whatnot. So
Yeah.
hear you, totally understand and respect that, but to make that happen logistically,
Okay.
it's
So there aren't like set routes for these drivers?
they're set routes, but the drivers can rotate, and depending on how many drivers we have as
Okay.
well. So they might have to jump over and.
So what route A doesn't necessarily equate to the same for driver 1 and driver 2. They end up doing it different ways?
It could be. Yeah. Could be.
Okay. I would think, I mean, like big companies like UPS and stuff, they really pull apart their routes, like no left-hand turns, they don't go down certain streets. I mean, they have a set route that they do, and that's why UPS is really good at what they do. I'm just wondering if something like that can be kind of looked at, where a set route is, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you your business or whatever, but just trying to make it easier for the residents and kind of planning, you know, because not all of us like to have our trash set out all night.
Yeah.
Due to critters or whatever. But
Totally hear you. So we are looking into some technology for routing, and we're gonna run some tests.
okay,
And it might help that. We
Okay.
don't know for sure because it's something new for us to try for routing
okay.
purposes.
So you don't have a routing program? Really?
We have what we call an efficiency incentive for our drivers.
Oh.
So they're basically salaried and they
Okay.
get paid 40 hours a week if they work 35 because they're so efficient. So there's that incentive. But this will be our first rollout because it can be expensive. So we're
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
find
sure,
really
but I mean,
cheap ways to do it.
the fuel you're gonna save, the wear and tear on the equipment is gonna be huge. I mean, that's why big successful companies do it, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Alright.
and that's why they're
Okay, that's all I wanted.
expensive then. Okay, anyway, James, take it
Okay.
please.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry I took up all their time.
No, that's okay. Okay, I'll try and go through this relatively quickly without.
I'll give up my time and we can just have
3 more minutes?
mine next time. You can have 5 more minutes.
Sweet.
Thanks for having me today. I'm James. I'm the sustainability coordinator with Wasatch Front Waste. I've been with the organization for about 10 years and moved my way through multiple positions. Today, I'm basically going to go over some year-end statistics for Murray, as well as year-to-date statistics as far as sustainability programs that we offer to Murray. I'm going to begin with landfill diversion. It's basically an overview of how successful our sustainability efforts are. But you can see in 2024, we had a diversion rate of 31% with a district goal of 18%. Now I want to put an asterisk on that.
What is landfill diversion?
Yeah.
Sure. So landfill diversion is basically just all the waste that's collected. How much of that are we diverting from the landfill into sustainable options, such as recycling programs, green waste programs,
Okay.
those types of things.
It's a good thing.
Yes, it's a good
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like it.
High number then.
High number is good.
Yeah.
From January to end of May 2025, we're sitting at 23% diversion rate, which you guys will notice is much lower than the 31%. I just want to let you know that is due to tracking with the transfer station. They were allocating some of the tonnages to Holiday because we have some routes that overlap both Murray and Holiday. So we've cleaned up that information. We're down to 23%, which is more standard from all of our other municipalities that we serve. So of that 23%, looking at Murray's share of the system-wide efforts, we serve 2,865 total residencies here in Murray, which makes up 3.32% of our district customers. And of that, in 2024, we collected 1,727.22 tons of refuse. Again, pulling from that 31% diversion rate. If we look down at 2025 year to date, you can see we're up to 1,342.24. Obviously, it's much more than half. That shows the discrepancy in those tracking. So moving forward, we'll have that cleared up. Recycle tonnage, however, is accurate. We do not have that issue because that is through a separate entity. 2024, we collected 580.70 tons of recycled material. Year to date, we're at 330.43. That's represented with, I don't know why this showed blue, but it's the light blue, the 3.02% on the donut chart. Green waste, 2024 was 176.18 tons, and 2025 we're sitting at 60.35. That's collected from 319 subscribers for our green waste program. And in 2024, green waste from Murray was 2.74% of total green waste tonnage. And then finally, we have glass recycling. Glass recycling in 2024, we collected 13.04 tons from curbside collection. And 2025 year to date, we're at 6.56, almost exactly half. So we're right on track with that. And that's through 106 subscribers and represents 4.66% of total tons through the district.
So we're high on most categories except for green waste where we're low.
Exactly. So, yep, that was the idea with that, is just to show with industry standard, or with if we average this across all of our districts or all of our municipalities, it shows where we're performing well and where we can make some improvements. So yes, green waste is the slight improvement, but we're really not far off either. So looking at recycle quality, recycle quality directly impacts our processing costs for recycling. So looking at this bar chart here, we have Murray's clean recycle rate, meaning recyclables clean or free from contamination. That has steadily improved since 2021, from 73.58% up to 77.38% in 2024. So a nice improvement over time. And you guys can see the two green bars to the right show year-to-date 2024 versus 2025. We're hoping to stay on track there and have another year of improved recycle quality. Our district-wide goal for recycle quality is at 80% clean recycle rate. And that matters basically because tipping fees at the material recovery facility are based on 3 factors. One of those being market values of the material we collect. That's the biggest and most impactful. Material composition, how much of what materials are coming in, so how many tin cans or aluminum cans compared to paper, because those are gonna be worth more. And then, of course, contamination levels, those are impactful on our prices as well. So we can't control the first 2, but we can impact contamination levels, and that's where we're putting a lot of effort in. We're doing education outreach through community schools, community events. We do route audits where we go out and flip the lids and see what contaminants are in the cans and try and address the contamination at the curb before it ever makes its way to the MRF. And then we're also really pushing to get driver participation. Basically having drivers report contamination as they see it on the road, because we have a lot more drivers than we do quality assurance inspectors. And again, that's just to try and lower that contamination rate and keep costs in line. So in 2024, we had only 24 driver contamination reports for Murray at 1.79% for the district total. And in 2025, we're up to 25 reports. So not a huge increase, but 100% increase about if we stay on track. But it seems small when we're only looking at 25 reports total. So in total, basically just cleaner bins mean lower contamination rates. Lower contamination rates keep our prices down. So. Any questions on that before I explain how we track this data?
I was under the impression that if there's one contaminant, the whole truck is.
We do run into that sometimes. It's only if the contamination's heavy and spreads. So we have had situations where people put large, like 5-gallon buckets of paint in the truck. Spills everywhere and contaminates
So a
everything.
pizza box won't cause the whole truck to be thrown out.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's changed, because I remember back in the
Yeah.
day, 10 years ago, we thought that did, and now, I know it doesn't.
Yeah, it's only when, if the load is heavily contaminated, meaning, it's not worth them processing out that material, that we run into that, but it's very seldom for the most part. I've only run into that a couple times.
Good, that's good to know.
Don't be sneaking your pizza.
Yeah. I don't put them in there,
I
but
know.
I have seen neighbors put them in there, and I'll go over there and full of them.
Thank you, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Don't stop that. Okay, so to measure contamination and track material types, we conduct what are called sample sorts. We conduct these monthly for each city that we serve. And sample sorts are basically involve hands-on sorting of a portion of a recycle truck. So we'll take a recycle truck and we'll actually hand sort each commodity out of it, weigh those commodities, and it gives us a percentage of how much of each material we're getting. So it gives us composition of the materials, contamination levels, and then also directs our education and outreach within each route. So the table below shows the amount of each accepted material collected through the single stream recycling program and the estimates that we came up with through sample sorts through the entire year. So I'll just go through these real quick. OCC, meaning cardboard, was 53.41%. Mixed paper, any office paper or printer paper, was 10.77%.
But not shredded.
But not shredded, correct. They can't capture that, excellent. HDPE natural, which is a clear number 2 bottle or jug, was 3.21%. Color, HDPE color is the same material, just colored and represented with the 2 and the chasing arrows, was 2.4%. PET or drink bottles was 1.85%. Aluminum, which means aluminum cans, that is a tin can. You guys know what aluminum cans are.
Yeah, we're running out of time. Here we go, one over here.
At least you didn't bring out a PBR can.
Tin. Mixed plastics are any jars, tubs, or clamshells, and then contamination.
And clamshells are recyclable.
Yes.
Okay, that's always controversial.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you so much for your report.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
yeah, thanks.
More questions?
Appreciate it.
No,
For James?
we're out of time.
We're out of time, so.
Okay.
We need to give them more time next year.
If it wouldn't be too much, the education stuff that you do, can you send me, or I don't know, whoever wants it, I would like to help you educate people.
Sure, absolutely.
So yeah, if you can send that to me, that would be awesome.
Awesome. I'd be happy to.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
And Wolford covers the east side of Murray.
Right.
Yes, thank you for
Just
clarifying.
for,
Not
Yeah, it's
listeners.
pretty much the same thing.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know the face,
Do we wanna,
We're all
Diane,
confused.
do a
She's gonna skip where she's at.
Okay, so then we're on Trans-Jordan
Yes.
landfill with Russ
Yep.
Pekala. Hello. This will be 40 minutes?
20.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit up here and debug everything he just said. No, I won't do that.
Next.
Yeah. Alright, well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Just an update on Transjordan. So as far as budget goes, the operating expenses are gonna increase like 16.5%. That's based on 9 new employees for the new transfer station that's gonna open in September 1st, so. But other than that, we're right on line, right on target for everything else. We knew this was coming, we knew it was, we still have to buy equipment, that's been in the budget from before, pushers. And we got haul trucks that we're hauling from the transfer station to landfill until it's full, another 8-9 years, so there's cost there, so. But one of the things I thought you guys might wanna know, so employees are gonna get a 2.5% COLA and a 3.5% merit. That's what the board decided on, so. And then, just one thing, Murray's tonnages they have been down from the previous year, about 4.2% at the landfill, so. That's come down good, which is good, I think it's just maybe aging population, not as many kids, apartments, right, we got lots of them coming in, where that's commercial haul, and we don't pick that stuff up, so. And we're not expanding in housing, single family, so I think that contributes to that. As you get older, there's only 2 people in your house, it's less trash, right? Well, that's the sake for me, right?
Yeah.
So. And then, so the big thing is the transfer station. You guys should receive an RSVP, everyone, the mayor's office also, for the 24th for a dinner and open house for VIP. It's Sunday at 4 p.m. That doesn't sound the best for some people, but that's when they can do it, and that's when we're gonna do it. But there'll also be another ribbon cutting and open house Wednesday, the 27th at 11 to 1. If you couldn't make that, you guys want to do a tour and you want to see the new facility.
That's August?
Yeah, no, it's August 27th.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to start our first load of trash September 1st. And I'm gonna start with Mid-Bell. They're gonna bring all theirs in first, see how it goes, get training going, get things moving right. And this will be nice for our residents because there'll be no commercial hauling on weekends, Saturdays when they're open. There'll be lanes open up for pickups, cleaning your yard or getting rid of whatever you need to, so. It'll be a nice facility for all of Murray and all this east side, not have to
That'll
go
be so close.
all the way out there, so.
Yeah.
But that's the big news, and you have any questions? But yeah, if you wanna go, just make sure you RSVP, and,
Have we gotten that?
no, you haven't gotten it yet.
Oh,
It- It's coming,
Okay, just letting us know.
so. And that's what it is, but if you don't wanna go to that on a Sunday at 4 for dinner,
My wife would love to go.
okay?
Yeah, me too, I don't have to cook.
Okay, any questions?
Thanks, Russ.
Okay, I didn't debunk you guys.
No, thanks Russ, appreciate that, man.
Okay, we are on to NeighborWorks and Murray Chamber of Commerce and Elvon. Hello, Elvon,
How are you?
good.
I'll try to get through this pretty quickly. This one.
You've got a Dell. I'm like, well, that can work.
So I'll get through both of these organizations. Hopefully, you feel pretty well connected with them, and so we won't need too many updates. So starting with NeighborWorks Salt Lake, you know our partnership has been long-lasting with them since back in 2010. Recent updates, they have a new CEO named Bryce Garner. in last month's RDA meeting, we went over these amounts of the last fiscal year's contribution to their programs, specifically down payment assistance, home improvement. The RDA did allocate $400,000 for this fiscal year 2025-2026. And so they're excited to utilize those funds. Other programs they have, they're having their 40th annual Paint Your Heart Out event. The nomination deadline for homes is this week. And then the event date will be August 15th. And that's for homes that are in Murray City, in need of exterior painting, that are low income, elderly, disabled, or otherwise in need of assistance. And then they're also recruiting for their next CareerWorks CNA cohort. So CareerWorks provides training on several different medical specialties and also interpreting. And it's a $100 fee, and then the rest of that training is paid for. And so that's a really valuable way for people to upskill and get into the field. Drip lane update. Starting with the first 3 homes, the foundations are complete. So footing and foundations are in. And then the contractor has been now working on framing. And so great progress there.
How much are they gonna cost?
They're gonna be at market value.
Oh, okay.
So once they're getting closer to completion, they'll have those values.
Remind us, how many?
12 in total.
And they're building 3 at a time.
Well, they're starting with this 3, and
Yeah.
then they could just go ahead and do the rest. They haven't determined that. Any questions on the NeighborWorks?
What's the square footage roughly on the trip lane houses?
They vary. I don't know,
Okay.
but I can get that and share it with you.
I have one resident that wants to buy 2 pieces of property.
All right, the Murray Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yay!
So, big change, leadership change. So Matt Gibbons, who is their CEO and president, this is his last week. And so we will be getting a new interim CEO president, which will be Kathy White, who is the current board chair. And then we'll be appointing a new board chair as well. So even though there's that change, we're continuing efforts with the focus areas on business education, business networking, and community events. And for example, the 2nd annual Utah Hot Air Balloon Palooza is upcoming in September. So get that on your calendars. Last year brought in around 6,000 attendees. And then in May, the Chamber hosted the Plates for a Purpose fundraiser at the Murray Armory. In July, just last week, they hosted the annual golf tournament. They've been involved in ribbon cuttings, the 2025 legislative review, Meet the Candidates Night. They had a co-starters program for entrepreneurs. They're involved with many of the organizations in the community. And then ongoing, they have the weekly referral community for networking, women in business. They've started the AI for Business Growth, where they have an expert who is training on actual applicable application of AI for businesses, which will be important for a lot of small businesses.
Alon, do
Yeah.
we know where the hot air balloon palooza is gonna be?
It's going to be at Cottonwood High School.
So it's gonna be back there.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Also, it's Murray Area Chamber of Commerce. So what does that include?
So
The Murray area?
it's not defined. So it's really Murray, Murray businesses, and then businesses that want to do business with other Murray's companies. So there's a lot of businesses that are interested in connecting with the companies that are here in Murray, and so they're included as well. But I do believe the focus is here in Murray.
There was an entrepreneur program, I want to say that was started about a year ago. Am I misremembering that, or what's the status of that?
Co-starters. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
a
that
co-starters.
was through the Chamber and Washington Federal. and they had their first cohort that went through and was successful. Yeah. Is that it? Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next discussion item is Jordan River Commission with Bruce Holyoke.
See ya.
Afternoon.
Hi, Bruce.
Hi, how's everybody tonight?
Good.
I guess, good. Well, since I was here last, a few things have happened with the Jordan River Commission. So I'd like to go over, discuss a little bit of that with you. Some of the things that they've been focusing on over the last several months has been the Great Salt Lake Basin Integrated Plan, which concerns the Great Salt Lake and what is happening with the Great Salt Lake. There's still a lot of worries about it because it's not full and there are some issues that could happen because of that. And so they continue to do studies on each of the three main tributaries that go into the Great Salt Lake, the Bear River, the Weber, and the Jordan. And the Jordan affects all of us, so the Jordan Commission takes care of everything where it comes out of Utah Lake and then goes into the Great Salt Lake. And so some of the things that they're concerned about are, where the water, how much goes into groundwater to recharge the aquifers, how much stays in wetlands, which is good for, lots of different wildlife. How much is used in agriculture, industry, and municipalities, and of course evaporation rates. So that's a big issue with the Jordan Commission, the River Commission, and what they're studying. Some of the other things that have been discussed about are the aquatic life that's in the Jordan River. So if you're a fisherman or an angler, there are quite a few different species in the river, and the idea is to keep it clean enough. And they feel like it's really clean where it comes out of Utah Lake, but the further it goes down and gets closer to the Great Salt Lake, it becomes less and less clean. Some fishermen won't eat what they catch as it gets closer to the Great Salt Lake. Others will eat just fine what they take when they get it closer to the Utah Lake. So there are quite a few species. If you're interested in that, there's on the website you can go and find out what actually is in the river. I'm surprised how many different species there are. Another thing is the Division of Water Quality studies what goes on in the Jordan River watershed. They're monitoring that pretty closely. And so they monitor the main tributaries of the Jordan, and Little Cottonwood Creek and Big Cottonwood Creek all come through Murray. And so we have a part to play in that. Of course, Mill Creek and Parley's Creek and Immigration Creek and Red Butte Creek and City Creek all go into the Jordan, and then all go into the Great Salt Lake. So the Department of Water Quality for the state has found about 30%. They've been testing 330 miles of river. And if those areas they've been testing, 30% of the water has E. coli, which is from animal waste. And we've known that, and sometimes it's worse than others. So Murray City has taken efforts to put up signage to not feed the dogs and not try to have them congregate so close in areas where that becomes a problem. And then there are also other contaminants, copper being one of the main pollutants that they've found. So there's that issue. Then also, the Salt Lake County's talked a lot about making the river safer by having more boat launches and having portages where people can get out of the river if they come to an area that's hazardous. We have a portage here in Murray, which is right by the public services area. So you can get out of the river there for a hazardous area that is in
Where's that, Bruce?
What's that?
I don't know where that is.
So you know where our streets, Public Works is, over on 5th West and right by 40.
And 47, 40.
Yeah, in that area.
Yeah.
There's a portage right behind there, like where the salt bin is.
Yeah.
You've noticed that big dome?
Yeah.
Right there's a portage to get out. So that's an important thing. And then, of course, one of the things that they do every year is the Get to the River Festival, which is coming up in September. And our activity will be September 20th at Germania Park. We're doing chalk art again, and we'll have other activities. It'll start at 8 a.m., go till 3 p.m. And if you want any more information on Get to the River Festival, you can go on Jordan River Commission /Get to the River Festival, and it will tell you what's going on up and down the whole corridor and all the activities that other cities are having if you're interested in doing any of that. So there's a great concern that the river works well. We need water, and we need the Great Salt Lake for what it does for us with the you know, with the effect, the winter effect we get from that. So that's our report for the Jordan River Commission.
Thank you.
Questions?
Thank you.
Quick question, I couldn't find it anywhere on your website, but do you guys have anything to do with the canals that come out of Jordan River?
Do we, well, not necessarily, it's just what's in the Jordan.
Right.
But there are plenty of
Have to be-
canals used for that were used for industrial agriculture that come out of the Jordan in various
Right,
places.
you guys don't have anything.
We don't deal with the canals, those are usually private.
Okay, just wondering.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Bruce.
Okay, Central Valley Water, Ben Ford.
Afternoon, council.
Hey.
Ben.
So just a few quick updates with Central Valley. So they're at mid-year budget right now. They're currently sitting at 43%, so under the 50% operating target, which is good. No signs of anything big that's gonna push them over budget this year. They're starting the budget process for the 26 budget. That'll come to the board in the September board meeting and final approval in October. Couple highlights, so the big projects to meet the new discharge limits are coming to an end. A lot of the major projects will be wrapped up later this year and early 2026. So one of the big ones that they've kind of been waiting on, the side stream nitrogen project, they've been waiting on a transformer for 2.5 years to complete this project. That's finally supposed to be here this next month, and that will be completed. So the other kind of big highlight, the blower building, which houses all of the blowers that run the aeration system for the plant. They finally gained occupancy for that building and are moving into that as of last month and running off of the new blowers, which is a big step in completing the new process for the plant. So really those are kind of the big highlights. They have moved back their grand opening date. They were aiming for this fall. They've moved that to the springtime. And they are offering public tours the first and third Tuesdays of each month if anybody wants to go. But it'll probably be April when they do the official grand opening, get the media involved and really get the word out about the new treatment process when it's up and running. Any questions?
No,
Okay,
we don't have any questions, no?
appreciate it.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, we are on our last discussion item, discussion on a resolution declaring the property located at approximately 440 West Jensen Lane as surplus, approving the conveyance of said property for less than appraised value based on findings pursuant to section 10-8-2 of the Utah Code, an ordinance adopting the transfer of monies from enterprise funds to other city funds. Chad Wilkinson and Alvin Darrow.
Thank you very much. We're gonna jump right in.
Okay.
We've done one of these 1082 analysis before, just recently for block one. This is the same type of a discussion. In this case though, we're talking about 440 Jensen. You go to that property really quick, I'll come back to this in just a minute. Here's the land at 440 West Jensen Lane. This property was purchased by the Stormwater Enterprise Fund for the purpose of building a stormwater detention facility. That detention facility is only on the west, maybe third of that property, so the rest of that property outlined there in orange was available for surplusing and for some other use. So why are we here having this conversation? Well, we are proposing as part of a transaction for another property to surplus this property. We'd like to have the council make that finding that this is eligible for a surplus and conveyance at less than appraised value. The reason is we have another property located at 120 East Vine Street. This is kind of the last piece of the puzzle to acquire properties right to the east or behind the Murray Theater in order to create some additional public parking that can be used to support that Murray Theater, that great project that's just nearing completion. You can see this property's right there in that green. This is sandwiched between two properties that we already own. And a key component for us to get a consolidated parcel that we can actually build some realistic parking on there and some good viable parking. So we've been in discussions with the owner of that property. He's a willing seller, but his big, I guess, sticking point is that he needed someplace to go. He needed a property to go to. So we've been looking for several months for property that he could go to. The similarly situated properties were running about between 1.1 and 1.7 million dollars, and we didn't feel comfortable as staff in paying that much. That's an inflated price based on some really crazy market conditions that really just applied to these small kind of industrial type properties. So we went to the other options, tried to see if there are other options we could do to try to be creative about this, think outside the box. We thought about properties that the city might have that could work for him as a site for his business, his plumbing business, and this property was identified as that type of a property. So, go back to the 440 West Jensen really quick. This property, if you'll go back to that orange outline real quick, that is the property that we have available. The building that's on the property now will have to be removed as part of the stormwater detention facility, and this property will be serving the purpose that it was purchased for. This truly is just surplus property that's available for this conveyance. What this would allow us to do is to purchase the other property at 120 East Vine for less than the similarly situated properties, much less than $1.2 million. We have proposed to the property owner $600,000 as a purchase price, plus the conveyance of this property that they could then use to construct a new building for their business, for the Speedy Plumbing. There's one other component of that we would have had to demolish the building anyway, but we've agreed to demolish that within a certain time frame so that he can get in there and begin building, so he can replace, or so he can relocate to this location. I've cut my presentation down by quite a bit. I'm happy to try to answer any questions.
I've ever heard talk that much. Ever.
Happy to answer any questions you may have about this. This is the Utah code, and this is why we're here. I will say that we have been in negotiation with the property owner, and they have agreed to these terms subject to, of course, the council approving the 1082 analysis, and one other component, which is the transfer of this property from the Stormwater Enterprise Fund to the Capital Improvements Program Fund. And we've got Emily Martin here from our Finance Department if you have questions specifically about that transfer.
It seems like you've outlined perfectly how it benefits the city.
Yeah.
And how it ends up being a win-win situation
Yeah.
for both of us, so I thank you.
Yeah, how about the tenant or the guy that's agreeing to move? So he's paying for the new construction of his building, correct?
That's right.
Okay, and he's got all that worked out.
So he'd use the proceeds from this sale to build that new building.
All right.
Yep.
And we're tearing down the old one.
We'll turn down the old
We're
one.
tearing down the old one, we'll demolish the building at West Jensen and the one at 120 East Vine. Yep.
Then the 600,000, that's coming from general fund, or is that coming from RDA funds?
It will not be RDA. Yeah, the Murray Theater was purchased with general funds, so we want to keep that in the same bucket.
And there's parking for the theater now.
I know so much I love parking.
For the theater, yes.
And as far as next steps go, it would require a public notice, and then the public hearing, obviously as part of the 1082 and the transfer of the enterprise fund. And then it's the city council determination.
Any questions?
No. Very,
Makes sense?
Okay.
sure does. Okay, I'm just gonna turn some time over to Jennifer for a quick second.
So real quick, you guys are wanting to have a
Thank you,
workshop.
Jen,
And
Elba.
so I thought that while we are all here around the table with the mayor's office, we could get a date for that set
Oh my gosh.
before the next meeting. It's not gonna take a
We
while.
got 90 seconds.
Wow, okay. That's real sorry.
I'm thinking, and you guys tell me, I'm looking at the week of July 28th.
Works for me.
Works for me.
So I need you guys to tell me what date works for you.
That works for me.
So I will say, there is if we wanna have it in Poplar, which I really do wanna have it in this room because it is a public meeting.
Yeah.
Tuesday and Wednesday are out because HR is using this for something. But we could do Monday, Tuesday, or Friday of that week. I'm
Monday?
sorry, Monday, Thursday, or Friday.
Monday looks
Monday's
good.
good.
Monday's good.
Monday's good for me too.
So you have Woodford on Monday, Diane, so we would have to have it in the afternoon, like starting around 1-ish. Does that work for everybody if we had an afternoon workshop?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, you guys have anything you wanna talk about, please get with me this week. I've got a few items already. Diane, we'll move your conversations that for August 5th about the chair rotation to the workshop if that's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's.
So I'm
where
gonna
it
follow up with
belongs.
all of you this week and make sure if you have any items and I'll get that agenda out. So we'll do it on Monday, July 28th, 1 p.m. in this room.
Thank you.
Jesus, all
Thank
of our business would be that simple.
Done. That would have taken 3 days.
I will adjourn this meeting and we're heading into council now.
Are you adjourned?
Yes, we're adjourned. Okay, here we go. Sorry we're a little late. Welcome to the Murray City Municipal Council City Council meeting of July 15th, 2025. All council members are here. Jennifer's here, the mayor, Brooke, GL. Thank you, our city attorney. Thank you for attending. The first thing we are going to be doing is having our Pledge of Allegiance by our very own Chief Burnett. Thank you, Chief.
Hey, repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, our next item is the approval of minutes. Were there any corrections to the minutes of June 3rd and June 17th? Did the council see anything? Okay, if there are no corrections or anything, I will take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of June 3rd and June 17th, 2025.
I will take a second.
I'll second.
I have a first by Councilmember Paul Pickett and a second by Diane Turner, Councilwoman.
Sure. Mr. Goodman.
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Hawk.
Aye.
Mr. Pickett.
Aye.
Ms. Cotter.
Aye, thank you. Okay, our next one is citizens' comments. You may come to the podium. Make sure the little light is on. It should be on like a green light. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and the city of residence. And then where's Patty? There's Patty in the purple shirt way in the back. She has a clipboard, and you will be asked to fill one of those out. So anyone that would like to come forward, please come forward now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Colby Alverson, resident of Murray in District 4. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. As a public servant myself, I want to begin by sincerely thanking each of you for your service to Murray City. I know it's often a thankless job with long hours and limited compensation, but the impact you have on the quality of life for residents like my family and me is deeply significant and appreciated. My connection to Murray runs deep. My grandfather, Ray Oliverson, was principal of Murray High School from 1973 to 1988, and his love for this community inspired my wife and me to buy our first home on Kenwood Drive in historic Murray 6 years ago. We love our charming street, our neighborhood, and this city. Unfortunately, since moving in, we've faced ongoing and serious issues with our next-door neighbor at 5470 Kenwood Drive. While we're sincerely grateful that many of our concerns have been addressed through the city code enforcement's help, one major issue remains unresolved, and I'm here tonight as a last resort because it is my understanding that code enforcement can't take any further action. I'm hoping to bring this to your attention as a potential gap in city code that threatens public health, safety, and property values. Recently, our neighbor dug an unpermitted large pond, approximately 5 feet deep, 15 feet wide, and 10 feet long, easily the size of a small swimming pool. He has stated plans to stock it with ducks, fish, and crawfish. This raises several serious concerns. 1, drainage and erosion. A large pile of displaced soil remains in the backyard, raising questions about runoff and potential erosion. Second, and more concerning to me, mosquitoes and water quality. Without proper filtration or mosquito control, the pond could quickly become a health hazard and source of foul odor. I have no idea how he plans to filter the water and ensure it does not become stagnant. Third, structural safety. The pond is just a few feet from our property line and from my detached garage in my backyard. Without proper lining or stabilization, this could easily undermine nearby structures. I have no idea if he plans to line it with what. What makes this especially concerning is that, unlike residential pools, which are regulated extensively, there appears to be no city code addressing ponds of this or any size. Yet this pond is roughly the size of a small pool and poses similar, if not greater, risks than a swimming pool. When I tried to speak with my neighbor directly, he was unreceptive. And this pond is only part of a larger problem. On his small lot, approximately 0.3 acres, he currently has multiple dogs, multiple cats, multiple chickens, guinea pigs at one time, multiple beehives, and even bat houses. Adding a large pond with aquatic animals only worsens an already overburdened property. So tonight, I'm asking two things. One, if anything can be done under current city code, I ask for your help in mitigating this specific situation. Am I or code enforcement missing something under current code? Second, if nothing can be done under current code, I strongly urge you to consider adopting ordinances that address large, unregulated backyard ponds and create a definition of pond or pool because they can cause harm to this or other neighborhoods. I've emailed each of you photos of the property to give you a clearer picture of what we're dealing with, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Sincerely, thank you for all your time and all that you do to protect the residents and neighborhoods of Murray City.
Thank you.
Well, this is a first. My name is Bob Van Bibber, District 4, Murray residents for 49 years. You usually get Miss Sherry here, but she's homesick. So I'm here to speak in behalf of Mr. Alverson. His property is behind mine. The property he's talking about on Kenwood is directly behind my house. And there's been a lot of issues. We've had a fire there July 5th last year, started in a wood pile. He's had free-ranging chickens in that property. And since then, I've had to buy a rat prevention program that cost me $800 a year to put bait traps out so we can mitigate the problem with rats and mice. We've had chickens that fly over our yard. I have a couple of golden retrievers. They're very good at retrieving dogs or ducks and chickens, not a mark on it, but my neighbor has a couple of Pine 57 dogs that shred those chickens all over the backyard. There needs to be some kind of regulation on how many chickens you can have, how many beehives you can have, how many ponds you can have. I worry about the mosquitoes, the smell, Mr. Alverson's proximity with his detached garage, with that water seeping in and ruining the foundation to his garage. I think there needs to be somebody else that can go in there and do something proactively to take care of this. I've talked to Mark Borum several times. Great guy. He's done as much as he can. My wife and I have talked to Elvon, and they've been very supportive and concerned with what we're doing. But there's also, their hands are tied. I think we need to look at some of the issues that are there, come up with some kind of a solution so this doesn't go forward. Stagnant water can be really a great place for mosquitoes. The smell, I'm worried about that. I worry about kids getting into the water. Had a friend whose 2-year-old daughter died in their bathtub in 4 inches of water. And this is going to be 5 feet deep. I worry about kids getting in there. And I think that something could be done, something more could be looked at to see what could be prevented from this going forward. We're not a farming community like we used to be. We're residential, we're high residential. If you saw Mr. Alverson's yard, you would want him to be your neighbor. I don't want to chase him away. He's got the most beautiful landscaped yard. His place is immaculate. And for a young man to come in and do that, I'm very, very appreciative of what he does because it helps our property values to come up. It's a great source for Murray City to be proud of somebody like that. He only mentioned his grandfather, but his grandfather was a wonderful man and a teacher and educator at Murray High School. This young man is the same way. He's the same kind of guy. I thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I know each and every one of you individually, and my wife and I think the world of each and every one of you. But thank you for your help, and hopefully you'll have your consideration to look into this problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, can I address this real quick?
Sure, go right ahead.
Bob, is
Mayor.
it Kobe? I'll have Doug set up an appointment and we'll meet with you and we'll go over this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Come ahead.
Hello, my name is Lena Ayotte. I live at 5454 South 555 West. That makes me the gray house, 2-car garage with attached to Hidden Village Park. Today, the problem is that there is a sober living facility directly across the street from me. That address is 5449 South 555 West. So they are smacked right up against the park. It's not so much a sober living facility as it is a drug den. I could name all of the issues. There are just too many to take care of in 3 minutes. I did it earlier today. I couldn't spit it all out in less than 18. So what I want to address today is, how did a sober living facility get started, A, that close to the park, B, without the neighbors knowing it, and C, this isn't sober facility. This is an in and out all day, every day, people doing drugs, coming to get drugs, taking drugs. It's just crazy. So I understand that they have a business license. That's great. But the facility is not run that way. And I think as a concerned member of the Auburn Gardens subdivision, this raises a lot of problems for everybody else here. And I know exactly how it happened, and I know exactly how they're doing this, and I know that federally they are funded. I know that insurance pays into this facility, and I know that the people that run it are also taking donations. So instead of selling the house, they turned it into a sober living facility, making approximately $32,000 a month, and they're not living soberly. I have seen, we have smelled weed, which yes, it is legal in this state, but you have to vape it. There's no way you can put flame to the flower. It has to be vaporized. And once it's vaporized, the smell only goes about 6-8 feet. So since I live across the street, it's too much. And I've seen cases of beer get in there too. Did I go over my time? Okay, I meant to set the timer and then totally forgot. So we know that they're smoking, we know that they're drinking, and illicit drug use. They're making it very clear because they are leaving little breadcrumbs all the way back to this house. Is that it?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name's Trish Syverson, and I live at 5459 South, 555 West in Murray, which makes me the neighbor directly to the south of the home that Lena was just speaking about. I am here tonight to plead for your assistance in reclaiming the safety for the children of our neighborhood. I appreciate the need for a sober living residence and a space for folks to get their life on track. Directly across the park and across from the only entrance point to the park for these young children and teenagers that walk over there is not the space for that. What we know is that while folks are in recovery, there's often a 40 to 60% chance that they'll have some sort of relapse. During that relapse, a perfectly wonderful human on drugs has the potential to be violent and to engage in criminal activity. I don't want my 15-year-old over at the park with the potential of someone soliciting drugs to him witnessing inappropriate behavior like I witnessed today in my front yard, or potentially being the victim of a violent crime. The children in our neighborhood have already been placed in severe danger. William Shepard, a convicted kidnapper and sex offender that is on the sex offense list, was living in that home. While living in that home, he frequented the park alone. He spent time on the cement steps right next to the playground where kids that are too young to defend themselves were playing. As parents, we have a right to feel like our kids are safe to play in the park that attracted us to the neighborhood in the first place. The fact that Mr. Shepard was allowed to move into that home, which is less than 1,000 feet from a park, and therefore unlawful for him to be at, and was allowed access into that park unsupervised, is evidence that there is not adequate supervision or oversight to ensure the safety of our children. And oops, and I'm sorry, or a will do better would never fix the type of damage that could have been done from that. He's currently at the state penitentiary. He's violated his parole. We don't know if it was with someone in our neighborhood or not. I'm begging for your help. We need to reclaim this. The fact that we were not notified at all when these people moved in left us with nowhere to report the suspicious and concerning behavior that first alerted us to this home, and that continues to make the surrounding neighbors feel very unsafe. We really need some help here.
Thank you.
I live at 5490, 555 West. My name is Corey Peterson, and I'm not going to rehash everything that's been said because they did a very good job, but I'm gobsmacked also that Murray didn't have any kind of warning system that this is going in your neighborhood, this is happening, this is going to be licensed, and this will be on your street. I can't believe that there wasn't notification to a neighborhood over something like this. That's it.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chris Brelsford. I live in Murray, down the street from the aforementioned house that we're speaking about. Interestingly enough, when the house first became occupied, my wife and I frequent this park several times a day. And we noticed a lot of illicit activity happening at the house, and we were recording this and working up a report to send to the police department for drug activity, drug dealing, just illicit activity. And it was only several months ago when one of our neighbors stopped by and said, oh, it's a quote-unquote halfway house. I'm not sure what it's titled, but we're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense for such activity to be happening there. And then also, on top of that, the registered sex offender that was living there at the time. I would also like to reiterate how uncomfortable and dangerous that places every child who lives in the neighborhood. And there are a significant amount of children in the neighborhood riding their bikes around, being children. And yeah, we need help with this situation for any of us to feel safe or have our children feel safe and welcome in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Marlene Mogg, and I live at 5631 South Sanford, so not right directly by the park, south a little bit, and I am very concerned about my children's safety. As soon as that house sold, I noticed there were a lot of men coming in and out, and having grown up in a neighborhood where there was a lot of drug use and abuse, I knew right away that this is not normal behavior. And when I was alerted that there was a sex offender there, I am terrified. My kids have spent the whole summer not going to the park, which they love to do. Sorry. As somebody who was abused as a child, this is terrifying to watch all the kids that my children go to school with come and play there. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, take your time.
Having them come there the day after school gets out to plan a party, 6th grade-year-old girls planning their own fun party at the park, and we were not aware. out there having fun, making water balloons, bringing cupcakes. No idea that diagonal from where they're sitting at the picnic table is somebody who attempted to kidnap a child and did lewd things to them. It is absolutely terrifying. I don't walk my dog over there anymore. I did try to the other night, and with all of the traffic and individuals coming and going and the different cars, it is not safe. And my heart breaks for all of the kids in my neighborhood and all of my neighbors that can no longer utilize that area. There are men that come to the park at 5 a.m. I don't know where they're coming from, but they do go into the bathroom for an hour, and then another man comes 20 minutes later, and then they don't leave. That is not okay. It is not safe, and it is not fair for any of us that utilize that area to be that terrified to go to the park. And it is right next to a church, it is next to a dental office, it's next to Select Health, and they use the park regularly for parties. They have families come and do fun runs, and we're running past a sex offender that nobody let us know, and a business that we were not notified that was granted a license, where in Holiday, you have to notify everybody within 500 yards of said business to let them have a say before you approve it. There was no kind of notification that I am aware of or that any of my neighbors were made aware of that that was going to happen. And it is an absolute tragedy that nothing has been done. And moving forward, if nothing happens, that's on all of us, on everyone here that just let it go. So thank you.
Would you like a Kleenex? Come grab one.
I just want to go home.
Come grab one. Come grab one. You're welcome. Thank you.
I sympathize with those people, but mine's a whole different subject. Becky Hanson, I live at 5676 South Magic Drive. I've lived in Murray my entire married life of 53 years. I love the park system and walk the Jordan River Parkway Trail several times a week, all year round. I'm a birder and enjoy the seasonal migration of the birds, as the Jordan River is part of the migratory bird flyway. Most birds migrate at night along the river. The birds are disoriented by light, and that is why we need to protect the precious dark sky corridor. On the webpage of the Jordan River Commission, of which Murray is a member, it states that natural areas should not be artificially lit. I am very concerned that the city is planning solar lighting on the parkway. The Blueprint Jordan River guiding principles are to preserve open space by implementing buffers between the river and the built environment. Lighting belongs in built environments, not the natural open space of the parkway. Solar lights will be on all night. I thought the park closes at 11 p.m. Lighting the parkway will be an invitation for beer parties, vandals, teenagers, and the homeless to roam all night. Solar lights sound like a recipe for trouble, perhaps disaster. I've personally spoken to people whose backyards back up to the parkway. They do not want solar lights on at night. Willow Pond Park and Murray Park all have lights. The walkers wishing to walk in the dark can go there. Those of us that walk the parkway in the early morning and late evening either carry a flashlight or use a headlamp. $3.4 million has been set aside for road repairs, and in that is money for the solar lights on the parkway. I wonder how many people will that benefit. Perhaps there is another safety project somewhere in the city that would benefit more people for the money. I would like to suggest repairing the equestrian trail under 5400 South. It's a tripping hazard. Or if people are your concern, how about replacing the small wooden bridge that crossed the rivulet from Hunter's Woods? The bridge has been there forever and was a safe way to cross the water. Now it's a hazard with it gone. These are just two projects that would benefit all the day users of the parkway. Just saying, the day users respect and protect the opportunity to enjoy nature in the very heart of the Salt Lake Valley. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm back. I love what all the neighbors have gotten together and have started really bringing attention to this over by Hidden Village Park. I just want to reiterate, like, we're not over exaggerating. Like, this has really turned into something that's like, I don't care how stoic you are, it's something that needs to be addressed. They didn't even hit on the obvious prostitution, the needles, like the constant drug exchanges, my wife being stalked, my babysitter who looks like my wife being borderline sexually assaulted. I talked to one of the people at the gas station, and she just conversates with these guys. They come in, they obviously have a different look, and they look very sketchy a lot of the times. It's often unfortunately stereotypical, but those stereotypes exist for a reason. And she's talked to at least 3 other felons. So we're not just talking about one sexual predator. Like, there could be any type of a felon for any type of violent or sexual offense. They're being placed in the same place. So it's not like that guy's gone and the issue's gone. And the bottom line is it gets me pretty heated because now I have a son, and what's been said here really hits home for me. And if it doesn't get resolved, we're going to move. Like, this is not in any way or shape or form acceptable. And the neighborhood went from a gem of a place that I was so stoked to live by to something that my babysitter can't even leave. She's not comfortable leaving the house anymore. And this is a major issue, and I would really hope that you guys would put whatever forces you can at play, because there's a lot of angles this is breaking the law. There's different regulating agencies you would imagine that coding violations, et cetera. Like, you can't maintain a license if you're housing a drug den that's shooting up heroin or meth literally through all hours of the night every day and taking in beer publicly and terrorizing the neighborhood. Oh, sweet. Their advertisements online, oh, like, come save your children. It's like, I've lost 2 friends to this. You know, like, they were like my best friends, and I lost them to addiction. And these types of corruption sit at home for me, and it's ruining the neighborhood. So I just wanted to come up and make sure I kind of just tied the dots together here. It's the same place I was talking about last week. And we're getting the community together for this because this can't continue. We want to keep the place amazing. The housing market doesn't allow for a lot of relocation for most, and I think that's all incredibly relevant to this overall circumstance that we need to address. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mike, will you state your name, Mike?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, Mike Lavity.
Lavity.
I'm in Murray
H-Y.
on Allendale Drive, just the same neighborhood as all these folks over here. So,
Thank you, Mike. All right, seeing that there's no other citizen comment, we as the council really appreciate every single one of you coming out and speaking to us and letting us know things. We hear you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Okay, our next agenda item is our Murray City Employee of the Month, Christopher Kestrel. Parks Cemetery Supervisor, myself, the mayor, and Bruce Holyoke will be meeting Chris up at the podium. Thank you.
How are you, my friend? Good, how are you? Good. We're excited to have Chris here. Kind of a compliment for you, Chris. And I've known Chris for a while and had the opportunity to go to lunch with him, and he's a great young man. Got a great supervisor, Bruce. We appreciate all you've done. And Chris, I'm going to let Pam read most of this, but you've been with us 20 years, and this is well-deserved to be our Employee of the Month. So just from the administration, we want to thank you for all you've done. For the city, you're a hard worker, you're well-respected, and we appreciate all that you do for us, so thank you.
You can speak a little longer.
You're good. Oh, yeah, you're good, you're good. You're good.
Thank you, Chris, for everything that you have done for our cemetery. There was one thing that I happened to notice when I was doing my reading, that you take special interest on Memorial Day. And you make it so that the cemetery is very peaceful and beautiful and a place for people to come and spend time honoring their loved ones. I really appreciate that, and I know the council does too. I know it's a lot of hard work. I don't have family in a cemetery here in Utah. It's in Albany, New York. And I have people there that takes care of my family's graveside. And I really appreciate, and the council appreciates, all the hard work that you do. So with that, we are waiting for your gift card to come down the stairs. So I'm trying to stretch. See, I was pointing to the clip, so I'm stretching this out. But anyways, the council would like to say thank you, and the mayor's would like, and here she comes. Anyways, this is yours. And the $50 gift card, and usually that goes to the wife.
Beyonce, we're getting married on Thursday.
Oh, you're getting, no, don't go anywhere yet. And here's your gift card. And thank you, and congratulations. And please, Bruce, we'll leave it to you now. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to quickly say thank you, Chris, for your hard work. You do a wonderful job, and you make along with other people, for the many years that the cemetery has been in business, so to say, so to speak, you've done a wonderful job. And you've helped keep that tradition alive of having a beautiful place to go to at any time of the year, winter, summer, fall, spring. So thank you very much for your attention to detail and for the way you treat your employees, your full-time staff and your part-time staff. And we really appreciate you that you're with the parks and that you do such a wonderful job. So again, from the Parks Division, thank you very much. And you can say something now.
I just want to thank you guys for the recognition, and I want to thank Bruce and everyone at the parks, because anytime we need a hand, they send people over, and they're always willing to help. And I want to thank my coworkers, Devin Keesaw, Robert Mills, and Michelle Carter, because without them, I couldn't keep the place looking great. They're amazing. So, thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations on your wedding. Thursday, right? Yeah. Thank you for everything you do. Okay, so there's no consent agenda tonight, so we are going to go right into public hearing. First, we have a consideration, a resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council approving adjustment to the wastewater service boundaries. It has in common with Midvale Improvement District. Ben Ford will be presenting. And this is a public hearing.
Good evening, council. I'm just going to give a real brief recap of what these two resolutions are and why we were here to discuss them tonight. So the Mid-Valley service boundary has not been updated since 1947, so they've gone through the process updating their boundary with every entity that touches them. Murray's boundary, there's really two properties that these two resolutions affect, and it really defines that their boundary does not come north of I-215. So this affects the Sam's Club property and then 756 East Winchester property. As part of this, 78 notices were mailed out to all the entities and residents, businesses close to these, and then special notices sent out to the two entities that it's specifically affecting. You guys approved a resolution back in May with the notice of intent to adjust the boundary, showing that here. This is just the legal description that's depicted in the plat, highlighted here, that details the Murray boundary, everything within our border and Mid-Valley. Here it is, that legal description highlighted on the entity plat that will be signed, and highlighted again within the plat. And then you have two resolutions before you tonight that will be public hearings, one approving the plat itself and one approving the boundary adjustment. So just showing both of those. So does the council have any questions regarding these resolutions that I can answer?
Okay, the council has no questions, but I will open this up to the public. Please come forward, state your name, address. Okay, seeing that there's no public hearing, I will close the public hearing. I will turn it back over to the council for any other questions for Ben. If there are none,
How about a motion?
I will take a motion.
All right.
Perfect.
I will make a motion to adopt the resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council approving an adjustment to the wastewater service boundaries it has in common with Mid-Valley Improvement District.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have,
You ready?
yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Hawk.
Aye.
Mr. Pickett.
Aye.
Ms. Cotter.
Aye. Thank you. It has been approved. Thank you, Ben. Okay, our next public hearing is to consider a resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council accepting the plat depicting the adjustment to the wastewater service boundaries the city has in common with Mid-Valley Improvement District, and Ben Ford is back.
I am back. So this resolution is just accepting that plat description, the legal description, and the plat map. Any questions?
Okay, seeing there's no questions from the council, I will open this up to public hearing. Please come forward, state your name, you have 3 minutes. Address. Seeing that there is none, I will close the public hearing and I will turn it back over to the council.
Are you open for motion?
I will take a motion.
So I motion to approve a resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council accepting the plat depicting the adjustment to the wastewater service boundaries the city has in common with Mid-Valley Improvement District.
I second that motion.
Thank you. I have a motion by Councilmember Adam Hawk, a second by Councilmember Paul Pickett. We will turn it over to Brooke for a roll call. Thank you.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Hawk.
Aye.
Mr. Pickett.
Aye.
Ms. Cotter.
Aye. Thank you so very much, Council. Okay, seeing that there is no business items, we're going to jump right into the mayor's report and any questions we may have for him.
Thanks, Pam. I'm going to spend just a little time on the one thing that we're doing over the next, one of the things we're doing over the next couple months. If the theater just keeps getting better and better and better because it's getting closer and closer to being finished. Most of you know that we have, our opening will be September 26th, Friday, and we are having, the person that will open is a young lady by the name of Lauren Allred. Lauren was in The Voice in The Greatest Showman, and she's the one that sang Never Enough. Wasn't the actress, but was The Voice. And then since then, she's decided she wanted to pursue this and her career in music. And so we have been lucky, blessed to be able to have Lauren that will be attending, we'll be opening our theater that day, again on the 26th of September. She's been on Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. What's more impressive to me than those things is she's from Murray, Utah. So we're going to have someone come back home and be able to perform. And I'm going to, I've asked Erica, who set most of this up for Lauren, if she'll play a little clip of Lauren. Yeah, there you go. It's not working? That's okay. So just move on? Okay. So we'll just move on. So anyway, it's kind of cute. She was really expressed how grateful she was to Murray City and for all that they had done for her. And she'd been involved in the arts program here in Murray. And just it's going to be a great opportunity. We're excited. Tickets will go on sale Friday, August 1st. I have a feeling they'll be gone that day, so you may want to call early. Lauren will also be performing for a city recognition event, so how we do our boards and commissions. So this is probably a surprise to you that we will be doing the boards and commission. It won't be a dinner, it will be over at the theater, and it will be, Lauren will be performing the day before for all our volunteers, the boards and commissions, and so they will all be invited, just like we do every year. We have them together for dinner. And that will include, of course, the council, but we're excited to have her on board and be able to participate in this. It's going to be great for us to be able to have her opening our theater. We're excited. Anyway, that's kind of what I have for you. Like I said, the theater is looking great. Kim and I were over there today, and if you haven't seen, there's some beautiful, I wanted to show you pictures that didn't do it justice, so you'll just need to, if you want to come over, I'll take you over there one day. If you want to go tomorrow, I'll go over tomorrow with you. But anyway, it's looking really good, so that's my report.
Does the council have anything for the mayor? Nope. Well, then I will adjourn this meeting.